Hey guys, Uncle Ray. Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. I don't always tell you what you want to hear, but I tell you what you need to hear to make an informed decision. And that's definitely the case with this video. We had a wealth of information come down the pipe this week as it relates to the banking reset, what that's going to look like, and how it looks like as we're going through it right now. Now, I'm going to try to put all those pieces together so that it makes sense. And hopefully we can figure out how to front run where our portfolio should be when that reset happens. Now, let's get into it. As you can tell from what's on the screen, Wells Fargo and all the other banks think that they should control all of DeFi and stablecoins. And there's basically a fight between a lot of different entities. You've got the central banks, the regular banks, you got the Fed, you've got the U.S. Treasury, you've got the crypto community. Everyone wants to control pretty much everything. And I got news for you guys, and I hate to say it, and it bothers me, but crypto is not going to be remotely as decentralized as what we had hoped for. It's going to be a hybrid, and about the closest thing we will possibly get to being decentralized will be Bitcoin. Everything else will be controlled primarily by the U.S. government, central banks, and Wall Street in some way, shape, or form. But hopefully, if you're like me, you're not going to worry about something that you can't control, and you're going to learn how to capitalize on it and keep focused on what we can control. And we can control the information that we get, and we can control what we do with our money. Now, if you follow the Fed like I do, the Fed and other regulatory agencies have said a lot of different things about alluding to regulation. For instance, like it says on the screen, the U.S. regulators say issuers of stablecoins should be policed like banks. Now, Jerome Powell pretty much said the same thing. He basically said stablecoin regulation belongs to the Fed. Now, he's alluded in a lot of different videos that either the banks, the Fed, or a corporate entity that had guaranteed, assets that could back up their stablecoin. But either way, he really doesn't care. But I think as long as he can regulate it, he's good with it. Now, he also has mentioned that no matter what, it should be insured. Well, that alludes back to the banks. But check this out, guys. It was a month or so ago that, there was a big announcement about Blackrock. Like it says, Blackrock to handle Circle's USDC cash reserves as part of a 400 million funding round. Now, I don't know the percentage that BlackRock owns of Circle or has invested in Circle. I heard it was 40%, but I know it is a massive controlling interest. No matter what, they may not control it totally, but they have a say in everything that Circle is going to do. And if you follow a lot of the big guys in Wall Street, like Kevin O'Leary, he's alluded to Circle for a long time now because they have the best front end and back end regulatory situation for the corporations already set up. And the Wall Street guys have already been focusing on Circle. But for whatever it's worth, guys, I would stay away from Tether. That's just me. They could be the next Terra, period. I have no doubt that they're trying to get rid of Terra because they don't control that entity. And it looks like they have picked Circle to be the #1 stablecoin. Now, that could change, but that's what it looks like. Now, if you're not convinced already, this should convince you 100%. Now, if you wanted to make the Fed happy, why don't you combine one of the biggest and oldest banks in America with BlackRock and Circle? Check this out. Bank of New York Mellon to custody assets backing Circle's USDC stablecoin. So not only are they going to park all those assets for Circle, they're going to custody that money, and they're going to allow custody the money of customers. Guys, that is so telling. I truly believe if you fast forward 2, 3, 4, 5 years, the average person on the street is going to be in crypto, especially Bitcoin and Ethereum, and they're just going to walk into their bank and they're going to buy and sell. Their paychecks that come in, if it's not already, say, in Bitcoin or whatever crypto, they'll cash the check, deposit it in their bank, and say, hey, put this, in Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever. I truly believe that's what it's going to look like, because the masses, guys, are lazy, and they're, no offense, but it's true. The wealthy that already have a lot of money, say in Wall Street, they don't want to deal with it. They do want the returns, but they don't want to learn how to open a wallet and do everything you have to do to get involved with crypto. The majority of the masses, which is a great thing, guys, because the more you know, the more you're going to capitalize, right? You got smart money and dumb money, and the smart money is not going to be walking into the bank and opening up an account, and at that time the bank's probably going to be offering like 7%. People be doing backflips, and then they'll do their own DeFi with your money and make what we plan on making, 20, 30, 40, 50% on your money going through DeFi. Didn't mean to get off topic or get on a tangent, but that's definitely the future, guys, right there. And now check this out. If you don't already think that the U.S. government and the banks and Wall Street are picking winners or losers of what's happening with Ripple and XRP, because in my opinion, they are weaponizing the SEC against Ripple and the crypto community. Now, check this out. They obviously have picked the Bank of New York, and they've picked Circle, right? Just like they've picked and gave Ethereum a pass. And I'm not hating on it at all. I own it. I think it's a great play. But it does look like, in my opinion, they're getting a pass, right or wrong. But check this out. The CEO, which is a lady, and she's been all over the news, it says Digital Asset Bank Custodia files petition in the U.S. court over the Bank of New York Mellon's crypto approval. Here's what she's saying, guys. She's basically saying that she put in her, forms and applied almost 2 years ago, and she hasn't got any response. And then the last response she got was like 2 weeks ago, and it said, look, we're not going to allow you to do that. We're not going to basically say yay or nay because of the regulation, and we think it's really risky. And guess what? All of a sudden, the Bank of New York gets in bed with Blackrock, and lo and behold, huge announcement. Hey, we're the first bank in America to custody crypto for all our customers, right? So she knows that she's not part of that group, and that the government has picked winners and losers, and she's not going to win that case, guys. I can almost guarantee you. That's not financial advice, but it's not going to go anywhere. And by the time it does, even if she wins, she's going to be in 10th place, because the front runners will be out front so far that she'll just be chasing them. Now, here's the good part, and I'm glad you stayed with me. And I've got to give a big shout out to Ruben Alexander. I really don't know how I came by this information, but I'm glad I did. And I hope you guys stay with me and check this out, because this has something to do with all the ISO tokens, right? Now, I don't know how he got this information, because I went down the rabbit hole once I saw that announcement, and I'm like, hey, what blockchain, what protocols are they using? And the only thing I uncovered was that they use chain analysis for a lot of their stuff, And I went to their website, and they did allude to they have a working relationship with Algorand. Outside of that, I couldn't uncover anything. But then Ruben comes up with this unbelievable information, guys. Check this out. This is charts and information that is basically confidential. It's not public knowledge. I don't know. I guess somebody has a friend that works on the inside or whatever. But check it out, and hopefully y'all can read what is on the screen. So if you look at it, guys, they talk about, or they show right here, if you look at it, you got consensus, right? Well, that's Ethereum, right? And then if you look through all this stuff, it kind of shows you a lot of different crypto companies, just like consensus. But now look at this. It says public, and then it has Bitcoin and Ethereum. And honestly, guys, I meant to tell you what that is. I can't read it. It's too small, and I forgot what it says. But check this out. Under special, it says Ripple and Stellar. Now, also, you're going to see here the Lightning Network. Guys, the Lightning Network, whether you like it or not, is making waves, and Bitcoin is ISO20022 certified, for whatever that's worth. But that is some really good information. Again, the biggest thing I think as far as Bitcoin and Ethereum is happened with that announcement is those customers can only when they're onboarded, they can only buy Ethereum and Bitcoin as it sits now. And if you think about it, guys, I truly believe that's what the future is going to look like. These banks are not going to start just, representing 20 different tokens in their bank accounts, even though they easily could if they're using like the XRP ledger. But I don't want to get off track. But they're going to start with Bitcoin and Ethereum, and yes, in 3, 4, 5 years, it's going to grow to pretty much probably every single token that's still around. But now here's some really good information, and I know the XRP army is going to love this, and this is some good information. Now this says, and this is literally their inside paperwork. It says blockchain exploration at BNY Mellon. Now they're going to have their own internal coin, right, which is kind of, I know JP Morgan is pushing that to a lot of banks. I don't know if that's what on their private blockchain that they have, but they're obviously going to be set up on a private internal blockchain. But now it talks about R3, Distributed Ledger Group. Now I don't know if that's going to include XDC, because R3 is a lot like Ripple as far as they have a lot of different software and protocols that do not need a token. So I don't know how positive that is for XDC, but I wanted to bring it up. I'm just here to give y'all the information. Now, check this out. It has Ripple Labs. It says payments and settlement improvements, opportunity to optimize cross-border payments. That's pretty positive for Ripple for sure. Now, if you scroll on down, and if you notice, Ripple has, a lot more information. It's got its own page right here. This talks about Ripple's proof of concept and the test environment with Ripple software and Ripple Ledger Network. It says Ripple Connect software, payment communications, Ripple Ledger. It talks about modeling a cross-border low-value payment use case. It's pretty positive. And if you look at it right here, it says sending. It has Ripple Connect. Then it has the Ripple Ledger. And then it has Ripple Connect again. Now, I'm guessing they're set up just like what Ripple promotes is the ODL. Now, if you don't totally understand what ODL is, I'm going to leave a link down below. I did a ODL video that explains exactly how and what ODL does for Ripple, because the way it's set up is not like most people think, and it has been changed over the years. Initially, ODL, before ODL, the banks were going to have and buy XRP in the open market. They don't do that now. They basically set up an account with Ripple, and Ripple sets them up an escrow account with Ripple's escrow tokens, and they charge them about 3 different ways. They loan it to them. They let them borrow it for 3 seconds at a time. They send them a fee, and then they literally charge them just to house it. It's a phenomenal setup, but you should check it out in the link below. Now, guys, I don't agree with a lot of what's going on. I wish I did have a say in how things are going to pan out, but I don't. But we do have a voice, and if you guys want to try to make your voice heard, John Deaton, who is the XRP representative lawyer, he has a website called crypto-law.us, crypto-law.us, and he set it up so simple. Go there. If you look on the upper right or the middle right here, it says, excuse me, it faded away. You just go there, click on it, and you can immediately send a letter or an email to your congressman. All you got to do is say your name, your address, and they figure out who your representatives are, and you just send them a message. And it doesn't have to have anything to do with Ripple, or actually for crypto for that matter. But I highly recommend, guys, as a community, we need to have our voices heard. We need to all stand up for what's going on with Ripple, because whatever happens to Ripple is going to happen and hurt or help the rest of the crypto community. But we need to have our voices heard, guys. So I highly recommend go to crypto-law.us. Now, that being said, guys, I really want to know what you think in the comment sections. And there's a picture of the ODL video that I did that's linked below. Let me know what you think in the comments section. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. We're trying to grow this community, and we'd love you to be part of it. And outside of that, go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps us out a lot, and we do appreciate it. That's all I got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments section, and come back and be part of this community. And remember, not financial advice, but I'm really excited for this banking reset to happen, and I think everybody should get to stacking. Take care.